Hello and welcome to Thriving Talk. I'm so glad you're here. Today we are talking about refining, not defining. So we are living in a time where there is a lot of craziness going on. There are a lot of trials. People are out of work. People can't see their family members. They can't see their friends. We have to wear these silly masks. Lots of different things going on that just doesn't seem quite right. There's political turmoil. Free speech is an issue. There's lots going on, a lot that can make people feel bad, feel worn down, feel burnt out. And if you are feeling any of these, please let us know in the comments what kind of struggles you're dealing with, if you are comfortable sharing that. And perhaps we can be a support for each other as we are going through different things. So it would be really, really nice if when people look back at the generation in 2020 and 2021, that they did not label us as the people who lived through the pandemic, who lived through the phase of world chaos. Rather, it would be wonderful if they said that was the time that created a generation of wonderful people that just excelled, that created a better world, that created a wonderful movement or created just something beautiful. We don't have to let this time define us. We have an opportunity to let our trials of this time refine us and build us into something better. So I want to talk just a little bit about an ashery and compare this to how we can work through our trials. So an ashery was a common building in the 18th and 19th centuries. People would bring their wood ash to an ashery to be transformed. So just as we have trials, we can let them transform us into something better. If we let it, we have to let it. Sometimes it's like trials can make us or break us, but you have a choice. You have a choice. So after all these trials, or in the middle of all these trials, this is how we feel. We feel like we are burnt out, that we're devalued, a crumble of wood chips that people just throw away. But there is value in this. And let me show you how this can become something even more valuable, just like in our lives. When we're feeling like this, there is hope for us. Yes, there is. Okay, so we need to know how to remove our imperfection. Remove our imperfections. So just like with the wood ash, the first thing you do is you filter out the imperfections, and it creates a substance called lye, which is used for products like soap. Then the second step is to apply heat and stir it, and it turns into something called potash. All right, so every time they go through a level of purifying in some form, it turns into a new substance that is even more valuable. And then the final step is where you need to bring, for sure, like sometimes the first few steps people can do on their own. The last step, though, has to be done by the ashery worker. This is really important. And this is when the ash, which is now potash, is put into a super hot kiln. And what happens is pearl ash is created. Look how beautiful that is compared to the wood ash that was brought in. So we thought we were worth nothing, the value of that wood ash. But if we let ourselves be molded and refined through our trials, we can become beautiful and pure like this pearl ash, which has been used for things like china, other really nice, valuable products. So if we let ourselves be worked on and molded, we can turn into something better than we were. And we probably have no idea of what our potential is, but there is someone who does, and that is our Lord Jesus Christ. He knows our potential, and he can help mold us into something bigger and better, something we maybe never saw coming. Someone who has more compassion for others because of the trials you went through. You now have more understanding of what others are going through, and you might know how to better help them. So we are like this ash, becoming more valuable as we are refined. The molding and refining process is actually necessary for us to become better than what we are. You might be fine with who you are right now, but let me tell you a little secret. You can even be a better version of you. So let your trials make you become better through this refining process. I wanted to share a quote with you. So this is Quentin L. Cook. He said, "The refiner's fire is real, and qualities of character and righteousness that are forged in the furnace of affliction perfect and purify us and prepare us to meet God." What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. Do you find that your experiences are refining you? Are you letting them refine you and help you turn into something more perfected and more beautiful? So we need to rely on our Lord for refining us. We need to let him. We need to have faith, put our hands in his hands, and let him mold us. That can be really hard sometimes, especially when our trials are huge and we just don't know what to do. It can be really, really hard, but it would always, always be worth it. He will never leave you half molded. He will never leave the job half done. He will always be there. The only reason any of the refining could stop is because we choose to stop. We pull back. We lose faith. We stop the refining process, not him. That final step can only be done if we have the faith to let him finish the refining process with us. So I hope that this has given you some hope, that you will be the generation that rised above in 2021, that you will have the hope to endure happily the trials that come your way. It may seem easier said than done, but there is power in hope, power in faith, and knowing that you will be a better version of you because of all of this can really help us get through it all. So let's rise above these trials and be the best that we can be. So if you like this video and the message I shared today, please share it with other people to share some positivity and hope with others. And thank you so much for watching Thriving Talk with Karen. Come Coming up next time, we're going to be talking about making Valentine's sweeter for 2021.